How you doing today, guys? This is Alex Gomez, your favorite teacher in the whole world. Today we're going to do the corrections for the Common Assessment 3, the one that we took last week. We covered TEKS 7.4D, E, 13E, 13F, C, A, and B. So, today it says, number one, 4 students are preparing to visit Canada. And in Canada, we know that this is an approximation, it's not necessarily real. But in Canada, it says that $1, 1 US Canadian dollar, right here, is the same as 1.08 US currency. The table shows how much money that each students have to exchange. It says which students will have $5.13 Canadian money after the exchange. So in this one, all we had to do was what? Divide. So we're gonna have to take whatever the Canadian amount is, and we're gonna divide it by whatever the US is worth. So we had 5.13 divided by 1.08, and when you divide it, the answer was
A.
A. Not A. Was it Juan?
No, it's 8.
Let's see, who was it?
8.
5.13 divided by 1.08, which was 475.
A.
And 475 was here, right there. 4.75. The answer was A. Any questions on that one?
No.
Okay. Next one, it says the price of a TV was reduced from $250 to $200. By what percent was the price of the television reduced? So this one was a markdown, but we have to work it backwards to find the percentage because they didn't give us the percentage this time. They gave us the two amounts. So I know this is part over total or part over original, okay? My original is the initial amount, and the other one is right there, 200. So it's 200 over 250. So all you have to do was TiVo, top in, bottom out. So 200 divided by 250 gives you 0.8. When you divide it, you get 0.8. Now, after you find that, you have to convert that into a percent. You move the decimal 1 twice to the right, so that's 80%. But the last step was to take it away from 100. Because right now, the 80% is the 200. That's 80% of 250. However, I need to know by how much was it reduced. So we're gonna do 100 minus 80, which gives us 20%, and the answer was
A.
A. Any questions on that one? Easy? The step that you could have forgotten was this one, but that's a markdown. And we talked about markdowns that you have to take it away from 1 or take it away from 100. Number 3. Michael is going to make lemonade using a ratio of 10 cups of water to 1 cup of lemon juice. So he's going to do 10 cups of water for 1 cup of lemon juice. Which equation could be used to find C, the cups of lemon juice, if he uses how much water?
10 cups.
15 cups of water. So in this one, we're just gonna write the proportions. We're not gonna solve for it. We're just gonna write the proportions. So, I know to start it, I have 10 cups of water. So I'm gonna have the water over the cups of lemon juice. Or the cups or L for lemon juice. Whatever letter you wanna use. In this case, we're going to be using C. Okay, we're going to be using C for the cups of lemon. C equals lemon juice. Okay? So, in the first ratio, you gotta identify your first ratio, right there. That is your first ratio. How many cups of water do I have? 10. And I have water to be on top, so that's why I'm gonna put it on the top. And how many cups of lemon juice do I have for 10 cups of water?
1.
1. That goes on the bottom. Then I'm gonna put in my equal sign and my other fraction. Now this is where we're gonna go to find our next ratio, the one that we're trying to find. So my next ratios is missing the lemon juice, but we know the cups of water. So the purple is my other ratio. Now I have my water on top, my cups of lemon juice on the bottom, okay? So if I started with the water on top, on the next one, I have to have the water on top. Do I know the water on the second ratio?
Yes.
How many cups is that?
15.
15 and C. Now you can write this like 8 different ways. You can flip the first fraction, but if you flip it, you have to flip it on the other side as well. You can flip it the other way, and then again, back and forth. Now in this case, I think my answer is written in this form. Can everybody spot it? Anybody spot it?
D.
D.
D. Why wasn't it A? Because on A, I had water, this is water, and this is cups. Now what do they have over here? Cups. Now it's not consistent, it's not being consistent. It has to be consistent. The 15 had to go on top just like it is on D. Any questions on number 3? Okay, let's move to the next page. Number 4. Says we have another proportion that we're gonna work it the same way as the fraction that we just wrote, but now we're gonna solve it, okay? So we have cookie recipe calls for 3 cups of sugar, 3 cups of sugar for 24 cookies, okay? So I have sugar and cookies. That's my fraction, so I'm gonna set up my proportion. I'm gonna have 2 of them, 2 fractions. Sugar and cookies. Now, how much sugar will be needed to make how much sugar? Remember, the question is gonna have the variable, the letter that you're looking for. How much sugar will be needed to make 3 dozen cookies? Now, the first ratio is on purple. What do we know? 3 cups of sugar. Where's the sugar? Top or bottom?
Top.
Top. So I'm gonna put in my 3 right here. For how many cookies?
24.
24. Everybody agree with this?
Yes.
That's my first ratio. My second ratio, what does it say?
How much
Sugar. Where's the sugar at? On top. Do I know it?
No.
So that's where I'm gonna put in my letter, my S. Or let's make it a X because it can get confusing with the 5, right? X. And the bottom is gonna be what?
3 dozen.
3 dozen, right?
30.
Now, look at this. This was the confusing part right here.
It's 30.
Because it's 3 dozen. If you put 3 right here, you're gonna get it wrong. It's 3 dozens. Now, I know that 1 dozen equals how many cookies?
12.
12. So if I have 3 dozens, what do you have to do this?
30. Multiply.
Multiply by 3, right? So this is 36. So that number is the one that goes right here. Everybody agree?
Yes.
Now that we have these proportions set up, we can do cross products and solve for the variable. Everybody agree? Yes? Any questions so far before I proceed? So we set up our proportion. As long as you keep it consistent, sugar with sugar, cups of cookies with cookies, you're gonna be fine. Remember, you can write this like 8 different ways, but as long as you have it consistent, you're good. If you have sugar, you can have the column with sugars and the other column with cookies. It doesn't matter, as long as you keep the ratios proportional. Now I like to keep it like that. First ratio, then the second ratio, okay? Now we're gonna solve for this. So, let's see. We're gonna multiply 24 times x and 36 times 3, which is how much? 36 times 3?
36 times 3.
108? Is it 108?
I think.
3.
Yes.
And my last step will be to solve for x, right here. by dividing by 4, right? By 24. Divide by 24 on both sides. That cancels that out. How many times does 24 go into 108? 108 divided by 24 is 4.5. So x equals 4 and 1/2, which is A. Any questions on this so far? Anybody? Preguntas? Are writing this down? Okay, number 5. It says that Sarah bought a pair of pants that were 30% off the original price. 30% off the original price. If the price was 29, what was the sale price of this one? So again, we have another markdown. Okay? Markdown. Step 1 for the markdown. Remember, convert the percent into a decimal. So 30%, 1, 2 to the left, so it's 0.3. Step 2 of the markdown. Subtract that from 100. Subtract that from 100. Or from 1. So on $1, you're going to take 30 cents away. So how much is that? $1 minus 30 cents equals 0.7. Step 3, multiply by the original price. So we're going to multiply this by $29. So when you multiply 29 times 0.7, that's 3, right? 63, so carry the 6. 7 times 2 is 14, and 6? 20. So you move the decimal 1, 1. So 20.3. So we're talking about money. What do we have to add over here?
0.
0, because it's not 3 cents, but 30 cents. So my answer is
C.
C. Any questions? So far so good? Again, step 1. Convert percent into a decimal. Subtract from 1. Then multiply by the original. That's the new markdown price. Any questions? Number 6 says, what percent of 50 is 35? This one was as simple as doing part over total. Which one is my original? What change? What change?
50.
The 50 change, right? So that's my original. That's as simple as doing table, top in, bottom out. Okay? So, how many times 35 divided by 50 is 0.7? Now, is that one of my answer choices?
No.
No, because that's not percent yet. You have to convert this into a percent. How do we convert a decimal into a percent?
Move the decimal to the right 2 times.
2 times to the right. Very good. 1, 2 to the right. If it's empty, put a 0. And now you have C. Any questions on that one so far? Any questions, anybody? Number 7. Rita has a loan. This is a simple interest question. This is a simple interest question. Rita has a loan of $45,580. That's my original amount. That's my principal amount. The loan has simple interest rate at 4% per year. What is the amount of interest at the end of 1 year? So for simple interest, we have a formula. The formula is I for interest equals P for principal, R, lowercase r, for rate. Now the rate has to be as a percent. And T for time. And the time has to be in years. All these three letters, what they're doing is a multiplication. They're multiplying. And whenever you multiply, when everything's multiplying, you can multiply in any order, it will not change the product. Okay? So here, on the word problem, we have to identify what is my principal. How much is my principal?
Nah, four.
$45,580. That's my principal amount. Do I know my rate?
Yeah.
My rate is what?
4 years.
No.
4%.
4%, right? Now remember, I have to convert that into a decimal. You move it how many times?
Two
To the left. 1, 2. 0.04. Don't forget this zero right there. It will make a world of a difference. Okay? And the last thing that we have to know is my time.
1 year.
How many years are we talking about?
1.
It says right here, 1 year. Time, 1 year. Now you write them all down. Write them all down so that you can plug them back into the equation. So now, I equals 45,580 times 0.04 times 1. And when you multiply them, what do you get? It's only 1 year. So you really don't need to multiply by 1 because it's going to give you the same answer, right? So when you multiply these three numbers right here, you get what? What letter? 45,580 times 0.04, $1,823 with 20 cents. $1,823 with 20 cents, which is
A.
A. Any questions on this one, guys?
No.
Again, identify the variables that you gotta put in, and then just multiply. As simple as that. Number 8. It says Leo wants to buy some shoes, and he found the same shoes at different stores. Okay. Now the price for the shoes was $35, but each store had a different sale. So they had a markdown. This problem is about markdown and making the best purchasing decision. Okay? So the first store is offering 15% off the price of the shoes. So for this one, store X, 15% off the price of the shoes. Okay? Step 1 for markdown, convert percent into a decimal. So this is going to be 0.15. Step 2, subtract from 1. So 1 minus 0.15 gives you 0.85. And step 3, multiply by the original. That's going to give you the new sales price. When you multiply 0.85 times 35, you get $29.75. Now, I'm not done because I have to do the same thing with the other ones. Okay? So again, step 1 for a markdown, convert percent into a decimal. Step 2, take that away from 1. Step 3, multiply by the original sales price. That's going to give you the new price. That's what we did on the first try. Now, store Y has a different sale. What is their sale? They're just giving you $5 off, right? So that's really simple. They just take away $5 from the price. How much is the price of the shoes? 35. So all we gotta do is subtract $35 minus $5, which gives you $30. So far, the first store is a better buy than the other one. Can everybody see that?
Yes.
Now, this last store is Store ZC is offering a 1/5 of a discount of the price of the shoes. So we have a percent. We could convert 1/5 into a percent. So if we have 1/5, this is the same thing as 20 over 100, right? You multiply by 5 or by 20. Multiply by 20. So this is 20%. Okay, 20%. 1/5 is 20%. Now, again, that's a markdown. Now we convert this into a percent. Step 1, convert percent into a decimal. So it's gonna be 0.2. Take that away from 1. So 0.8. And then multiply by the original, 35. When you get that, when you do that, you get $28. So which store has a better price? So let's see.
Z.
Store Z has the best price at $7. Is that what happened?
No.
No, it went down $7, but that's not the sales price, right? So it's not A. Then we already established X. Look at X. X says $20, but what have we found for X?
20.
29. That doesn't even. That's not even true. Then Z, $28. That makes sense. That's what we found. And Y has a sales price of 30. Yes, it does. Well, which one is a better buy? D. No, wait. Sorry.
C.
D.
C. This one is the better buy. No, wait. It's not C. It's Y. Y is a better. What am I doing? No, C is a better buy. C is a better. I'm color coding and I'm getting confused. Okay, C is a better buy. So the answer was letter
C.
C. That is true. These two statements that were not true to start with, so you could have eliminated those right away. Now it's a matter of comparing Z with Y, and on Z you're gonna pay less for them. Number 9. This one was so easy.
Super.
This was a net worth question, okay? And we're given a table. It says net worth statements. We have a few assets: checking account, auto, house, savings account, investments, for a total of $107.50. Those are the total of the assets, what you own, okay? The assets are things that you own. Now we also have some liabilities in this case: credit card debt, student loans, and personal loans. So my total liabilities, the things that I owe, is 20,000 something. Now the question is, based on the information on the table, what is Emily's net worth? To find net worth is gonna be assets
Plus.
minus liabilities. Assets minus liabilities. Okay, now you don't even have to add them because they're already given to you, the totals.
Oh.
The totals are already given to you. So all you have to do was 107,550 minus 20,525. Subtract that and get your answer. So when you subtract, what do you get? 5, that's 3 to 15 is,
B.
3 to 5 is 2,
2.
0,
0.
7, and 8. $87,025 positive. The net worth for this one is positive because my total assets is more than the liabilities. If the liabilities would have been greater than the assets, then the net worth would have been negative. Any questions on that question? On this problem right here? Net worth is just assets minus liabilities. Last page. Number 10. A fridge is priced at $525.50, and there's a 6% sales tax rate. What is the sales tax in dollars and cents? So this is the price, that's the sales tax. To find the taxes, all we had to do was convert the percent to decimal, and multiply. So 6%, 1, 2, 0.06 times 525 with 50. When you multiply those two, 525.5 times 0.06, you get $31.53. $31.53. At the end, you needed to move the decimal 1, 2, 3, 4 places to get the decimal in the right place. A lot of people miss this because you did not move the decimal the number of times that you were supposed to move it. And then we just put it right here, 31.53 on the gradable, 3.153. That's it on that one. That was the answer. Some of you put in 3,153. So you got the multiplication right, but you didn't move the decimal the number of places that you needed to move. Last one. Felicia earns $800 per month, and the table shows her monthly budget. Which statement is supported by the information in the table? So it says Felicia spends 10% of her monthly budgets in clothes and food. So on this one, we're going to do part over total. So it says 10% on clothes and food. That's a total of $150 out of the 800. All you had to do was divide. So 150 divided by 800 gives you 0.1875. And if you convert it to decimal, that's 18.75%. So this was 18.75%, which is not it. The next one says 25% on car payment. Car payment is $275. So again, we're going to do the same thing. 275 divided by 800. 275 divided by 800 gives you 34.37. 38%. So this is 34.38%. Is that what it says right here?
No.
No, so it's not B either. It says 20% on college savings. On college savings. 200. So again, another one. 200 over 800. 200 over 800. No, it's not 4. This is 0.25. 1, 2, 25%. This is 25%. Is that what it says right there?
No.
Nope.
No.
So let's look at D, the last one. The last one says car payment and cell phone. So I have car payment and cell phone. So 275 and 125. That is 400, right? So again, 400 over 800 equals 0.5, right? This is a half. If you simplify, you get half. So 0.5, 1, 2, 50%. Is that what it says right here?
Yes.
Does that say 50%?
Yes.
That's it? Well, that's it for today, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Have a good day.